Hey, what's up, guys? This is Fula with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. So in this video, man, I just want to really talk about dazn, man. I'm sorry to say it, man, but that thing is a failure. That thing is a utter failure. They really did not gauge the U.S. market at all, okay? Because at the end of the day, man, you really need to bring a product that is worth paying for. I don't give a care if it's $10 a month, man. If you have a crappy product, my $10 goes somewhere else, okay? It goes to something more intangible, man. I'd rather buy Starbucks with that $10, man. Because if you're producing this quality of fights, and if it's getting to the point where other networks have to come in to save your fight, then something tells me, and something should tell them, that the formula is not working, okay? And unfortunately, Eddie Hearn, because he wants to be a dictator, because he wants to be an authoritarian, because he wants to wage Cold War, that it has failed. And that because his lack of flexibility, it has failed. I'm going to give you a story, man. I'm going to give you a couple of stories, okay? And this relates to business, all right? Now, in the rap music industry, there was always a time where in order to get your just dues, in order to hit it big time, in order to really have something going for yourself as a rapper, you had to be signed to a record label. You had to have a record deal. They would give you an advance. Basically, off that advance, you would they're banking on you and your album sales, okay? Because that advance has to be paid back. So your album sales will pay that back. That's what the record label is banking on, right? Now, granted, you also have other streams of revenue. You're touring. You're doing guest appearances. And you're also getting money off of the single as well, if you have a hit single. Every spin, you're getting paid, right? But there was one problem with the record label. This was one issue, and it's still an issue to this day. It compromised your creative control. So, for example, you may have wanted to say a certain thing, but the record label did not want you to say it on record and would check you for that and would keep that from happening, right? Otherwise, they'll put you on the shelf and you won't come out at all. But certain artists went against the mold, and once they went against the mold, it provided them very, very much successful endeavors. I'm going to use one example. Well, actually, I'm going to use two examples. Nobody wanted to sign Jay-Z, okay? Nobody wanted to, really give him a deal, all right? When he was first coming out. Because when Jay-Z first came out, he used to rap fast as hell. But he still used to be kicking that stuff, man, saying some real stuff when he rapped fast, right? But nobody cared to sign him. So what did Jay-Z do? He got together with a partner, Dame Dash, and Kareem's Big Burke, right? So they started Rockefeller Records, okay? On the strength of their own theme. And the only way that Def Jam was involved in this endeavor was they were the distributors. That is it. They would be the ones who just do the press up, do all of those types of things. However, they were not the artists which were on Rockefeller. They were only on Rockefeller. They were not on, how should I say it? They were not on, what's the best word to say? They were not on Def Jam, you know. That's the thing about it. You know, they had no need to sign to Def Jam. And so, because Rockefeller already had them, right? So all Def Jam did was just, was just press up their product and distribute the products. Be responsible for making the copies and stuff like that, making the CDs and everything like that. So in doing so, Rockefeller keeps all the profit. You know, Def Jam only gets a small percentage of the distribution costs and things like that. But everything is in-house with Rockefeller, right? And so, although Jay-Z, Kanye, and Cameron were the only artists to go platinum on Rockefeller, the rest of the artists were eating well still though. You know, they were still eating good. They were still like millionaires. They were still doing quite well. You know what I mean? So, another example we can use, right? We'll use the Nipsey Hussle example. Now, Nipsey Hussle is a rapper who is based in Los Angeles, okay? At first, he was signed to Atlantic Records, right? They didn't, Atlantic Records, I guess they just really didn't have anything for him there. It's just that his sound didn't really fit the dynamic they were after. No, scratch that. He was signed to Epic Records, I think. Yeah, I believe he was signed to Epic. Yeah, Epic. So what happened was the dynamic that he brought really didn't fit with what they were trying to do. So on a cordial note, he left the record label, right? He didn't stop making music though. He started putting music out on the street, right? And everybody was liking the mixtapes. People were like, man, when's the album coming, man? Like, drop that album. And then to take it a step further, on two of the mixtapes, he charged $100 on the mixtapes. It was called the Proud to Pay campaign. But the thing is about the Proud to Pay campaign is you had an option. You could download the mixtape for free on the website, right? But if you did pay $100, it would give you special features of the mixtape. There would be just different things that the normal person who got it for free wouldn't see. Jay-Z was so impressed with this business model, I think he bought 100 mixtapes himself. Just off the strength of him respecting the hustle. So we fast forward. Nipsey Hussle finally comes out with his project, his debut project. Now, it's under his record label called All Money In, but it is distributed by I want to say it's distributed by Atlantic Records, yeah. So again, he keeps his original work. He keeps his original masters. He keeps his publishing. He keeps all of those things, man. So, what I'm trying to get at is dazn was banking off of one thing. It was only banking off of one single thing. Streaming. And that's a mistake. Because some people still like pay-per-view. Some people would prefer if you gave them options, that you just didn't show a fight on a streaming service. I do import-export business, but I'm not like a mogul. But I will say that if dazn wanted to be successful, if Eddie Hearn wanted to be successful, he would have tried to make some kind of partnership with like these local networks. He would have tried to make a partnership with these local networks so the fights can be streamed, but the fights will also air on television as well. He could have made some kind of partnership like that, but of course he was just being arrogant, being pompous, thinking he's gonna just come here and take over. And then you heard him say things like, people must sign to dazn to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Trying to strong arm fighters. Nah, it doesn't work like that, homie. That's what I'm saying. That the whatchamacallits of the world, the Jay-Z's and the Nipsey Hussles of the world, they truly understand flexibility. They truly understand having creative control. That's the thing about dazn. Eddie Hearn has no creative control over that thing. Like, for real, like, what can he make move? What can he make happen there? He can't make anything happen there. That's all I'm saying. Like, I mean, really, what is he on? Trying to bank on signing like top names is dumb. You know, people know how he is. They know his patterns. He could have came over here, worked with a person like, I hate to say it, but could have worked with Al Heyman. They could have made some kind of partnership together where the fights are being streamed on dazn and the fights are on television as well, on regular television. And then if someone wants to pay for the fight on pay-per-view on dazn, that would be an option. You know? Also, it would maximize the fighters' revenues too. But yeah, man, he messed up. He really messed up. Yeah, I mean, I support Boo Boo, okay? Off the strength of the Cape Verdean blood, okay? I support him. But the thing is, man, like, you're gonna have to, man, find a way out of dazn, man. because that's a sinking ship already. Eddie Hearn miscalculated. Now, granted, they may reach out to with other sports, but I can tell you this: boxing is a no-go for them, man. I'm letting you know right now, boxing is pretty much like sayonara with them. That's why you see Eddie Hearn so desperate for this Joshua Wilder fight, man. Because his trump cards are done. He didn't have any trump cards to begin with, actually. So, you know, with that being said, what do you guys think is going to happen? I mean, he has no choices now, man. He's in a sensitive situation now, man. One that he largely brought upon himself. You know, with his arrogance. And, you know, arrogance will make you downfall pretty quickly, man. I mean, especially if you have nothing to show for it. If you have something to show for it, I understand. You know, by all means, talk your stuff a little bit. You know, you can do it a little bit. A little bit doesn't hurt sometimes, right? But there's been nothing he's done to warrant him being able to talk that stuff, man. The zone is trash. I'm just being honest. The zone has trashy fights. It just is what it is, man. So, with that being said, and this is a reminder to myself, man, in business, be flexible. Be freaking flexible, man. You'll find out how some flexibility, how far it'll get you. Now, I'm not saying just be completely loose and stuff like that and just be completely go for any old kind of okie doke, but man, at least be flexible. But since Eddie Hearn didn't get that memo, man, like the first Jadakiss album, he didn't kiss the game goodbye. But that's all I got for now, guys. Leave your message, leave your comments, like and subscribe to the channel. We got some good things cooking up here, man, in this channel. All right.